and today we're going to do an historical pickup video.
What's that?
I'm glad you asked.
Ooh.
That is, as some people know, I keep all of my purchases, video game purchases, in a spreadsheet, all the way back to 1996. And what that allows me to do is go back in time and look at look at any particular month and see what I bought that month.
Okay.
And so this is currently April of 2019. I thought it would be fun to go back and look at previous Aprils to see if any of them stood out. And indeed, one did.
Right.
Actually, several did, but we're going to focus on April of 2000.
Ooh,
some interesting
that's
pickups
quite
that
a long
month.
time ago.
Yeah. So, got a couple of interesting things here.
Okay.
And since it is so far removed in time, I'm going to share the prices.
Whoa.
Which I don't usually do, but for historical preservation, we'll indicate what we paid for each of these things.
Plus,
so,
Bill will like it better.
Yeah, right. Bill. STC Pod. All right, so let's start with the lone Atari game, Phoenix.
Okay.
In April of 2000, I forget the date exactly, I bought Phoenix for the 2600. This was a game that I knew from my friends growing up. Played it at his house a bunch, and bought it at a local game shop, and I paid $1.
This was in 2000?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is before you and me.
It's before we were married.
Yeah, before we were married.
But I
What
had known
local
you.
game shop was that?
The one over here.
Oh.
Well, I'm not going to say which one it is.
Okay.
I think it's still around.
Okay.
I don't go there very often, but yeah, I was kind of picking up some of my. It was one of those shops that had all the systems,
Yes.
so I would go there periodically and look at everything. And I was looking for a couple of Atari games that I still kind of wanted, and Phoenix was one of them.
Okay.
I remember getting quite a few Atari games from that shop, but not in April of 2000. So we'll save those for other videos. All right, and then I guess we'll switch gears a little bit because this one didn't come from that shop, but these other ones did.
Okay.
That is Code Veronica,
Ooh, for
Resident
Sega
Evil,
Dreamcast.
Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah.
This I bought at retail. I think it had pretty recently come out at this time in April of 2000. I paid retail. I paid $50 for it.
Yeah.
And I remember like, oh man, that was a
lot.
lot of money. And we weren't married yet.
No, we were engaged.
But we were engaged.
Yes. So
bought that one. Was already thinking ahead of saving up for that wedding.
Yeah.
All right, so then these three did come from that shop. I think they came. I'm not sure if they all came on the same day or not. Maybe all four of these were on the same day.
Okay.
I'm not really sure. But they had a couple of Sega Master System games there. And I wasn't. This has been after we had done like Rick V Day and everything, so I already had a bunch of them. But these were in such great shape that I decided to grab them, and they were only $3 each complete. And they are Joe Montana Football. I bought it because it was Master System and it was $3.
And this was
and
way
one,
before you were like going for the whole set.
Yeah, oh yeah. I had a bunch of them, maybe 70 or 80%, but I wasn't really going for the whole set. And Paperboy. This one I had a lot of fun playing on the NES at our neighbor's house, so this one I was probably pretty excited to get for $3 to be able to play the Master System version. And then I also got there a NES game, Final Fantasy. And I've got it in a universal game case, but it came with, you'll see in the picture, it came with the manual and 2 maps. Or the Explorer's Handbook, which I think is the manual. But yeah, this was $15.
Oh.
And I might have negotiated them on that one, but I saw it sitting there with everything, and I'm like, I'll take that. Final Fantasy, absolutely. So so that is it. So now these we've got hidden because there's no side of the box that doesn't reveal what the games are. And so there's a couple of gems in here. So let's start with the ones on the top.
These are all in box.
These are all complete in box.
Bottom in box?
Yep.
Okay. We've got Super Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
In a nice, pretty protected
Bought
case,
this for
too.
$5 at a Toys R Us.
$5?
I happened to be walking. I was with a guy from work, a friend from work, and we were walking through Toys R Us, and I saw these, and I'm like, I don't care. I got to grab these. I don't care what he thinks. I got to grab these for $5. Well, I guess I gave away the next one. So pull out the next one.
Well, Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. So these two were sitting in a Toys R Us for $5.
New.
Grabbed them.
$5 new, right? Oh my goodness.
And then I was like, well, now I got to get Star Wars.
Yeah.
which I got later, but I had to go to E-Toys, which isn't even around anymore. I used to get a lot of in about 2000, which is when I got my Super Nintendo. I would buy quite a few Super Nintendo games off of E-Toys, and I had to pay $20 just to complete the trilogy. So for $30, I got all 3, so that's not too bad. All right, so then these next 2 actually came from eBay.
Oh, wow.
And they are, what's the first one there?
This one? Yeah.
Yeah, pull it out.
Axelay.
Axelay, one of the great, all-time great shoot-'em-ups for the Super Nintendo.
There was a glare, so
okay.
I'm hoping you can see it.
My buddy recommended there were 3 shoot-'em-ups you should definitely get for the Super Nintendo. This is one of them. And at the time I got it off of eBay, I paid $25.50, complete in box.
This is okay.
In April of 2000. Yeah, it's in good shape.
It is in good shape.
And then the last one, of course, is the creme de la creme, the gem of April 2000, and might be the whole reason we're doing this video.
Yes.
And it is also a Super Nintendo game.
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger, complete.
Yes.
With manual, 2 maps. I think 2 maps. It'll be in the picture.
Yes.
And box, which is in fantastic shape. This one I paid on eBay $75, which was probably, at the time I thought it had gone up in price.
Yeah.
But I think this game retailed for more than $75. So really fantastic. Played it right away. And of course I've kept it, held on to it. And this game of course has gone way up in value. But I was really glad to get Chrono Trigger. Just a few short months after I got my Super Nintendo, it was already known to me that this was one of the greats that I needed to get. And
cool. And this is the game of the month coming up for the Cartridge Club.
Is that right?
In August.
August of 2019?
2019, yes.
Okay. Well, I've already played it.
I know.
But you haven't.
I started it. I actually played the PlayStation Tactics.
Final Fantasy Chronicles version?
Yes, the Final Fantasy Chronicles
But you never finished it.
But I never finished it.
Yeah. We moved and so...
Yeah, we moved and then I couldn't finish it.
So yeah. So I would say, pretty good pickups
Yeah,
for April. We got Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, Code Veronica.
Yeah.
Some Master System games. Phoenix, which is a great shooter on the Atari. So yeah. So that's it. Those are my pickups for April of 2000.
Okay. If you enjoyed the video, like us and subscribe.